Welcome to part 2 of the video. Question number 16. Raindrops are spherical because of option is surface tension. Basically, the definition of surface tension is the tensile force acting on the surface of a liquid. So, sphericity is associated with the surface tension and not with viscosity, air resistance, or atmospheric pressure. Question number 17. In a multiple disc clutch, if N1 and N2 are the number of discs on driving and driven shafts respectively, the number of pairs of contact surface will be. Option is answer A. 17th question answer is A. It should be N1 plus N2 minus 1. It is not N1 plus N2 plus 1. It is wrong. This is also wrong. This is also wrong. Question number 18. A flywheel of moment of inertia 9.8 kg meter square fluctuates by 30 rpm. Moment of inertia I is given. Fluctuates by 30 rpm for a fluctuation in energy of 1936 joules. Delta E, fluctuation of energy, is also given. The mean speed of the flywheel is. Now we know that the equation for the fluctuation in energy, this question is slightly involved, is slightly lengthy. So it is given by half I omega mean half I omega max square minus omega mean square, omega max square minus omega mean square. This can be written as I omega half into I into A square minus B square is A plus B into A minus B, omega max minus omega mean. So that is equal to half omega max plus omega mean by 2 is omega mean I omega mean omega max minus omega minimum. Now this delta E is given, that is 1936. 1936 is equal to I is 9.8 into omega mean, that is the mean speed of the flywheel we have defined, that is 2 pi in by 60 into n mean into omega max minus omega mean, that is fluctuates by 30 rpm. It is rpm is given, so that is equal to 2 pi by 60 into fluctuates by 30 rpm. On solving this, we get n equal to 600 rpm. So option is answer B. 18th question is answer B. 19th is very simple. A stud bolt is, stud bolt, we know that stud bolt looks like this. So it has thread on both the sides. So here, so thread on both ends. Option is A. Now 20th question. The product of moment of inertia and angular velocity is known as. Option is, answer is very simple. Option is C, angular momentum. So basically we know that product of moment of inertia is denoted by I into angular velocity is omega, so is equal to L. So in physics, basically the rotational equivalent of linear momentum is known as angular momentum. Now question number 21. In case of a flat pivot bearing, the rubbing velocity is, answer is B, that is 0 at the center and maximum at the outer radius. So what is flat pivot bearing? So this basically a shaft, and the shaft is inserted in a bearing kind of with the radius R. So basically the rubbing velocity is 0 at the center and maximum at the outer radius. Now question number 22. The frictional torque transmitted in case of a flat pivot bearing for uniform pressure. Again, from questions of flat pivot bearing, uniform pressure for flat pivot bearing, the frictional torque expression is 2 by 3 mu WR. So basically there are two expressions, uniform pressure and uniform wear. And for uniform pressure it is 2 by 3 mu WR, and for uniform wear is half mu W R. So both the options are given. They have asked uniform pressure. Option is 22. Answer is C. Now, which of the following is an example of a frictional clutch? So one question from clutch, frictional clutch. Disc plate, disc is a frictional clutch. Cone is again a frictional clutch. Plate clutch is also frictional clutch. So answer is all of the above. 23. Answer is D. 24. The module is defined as the ratio of module of a gear. We know that diameter pitch D is equal to mt, so therefore M equal to D by T. So search for this option. Pitch circle diameter, where D is the pitch circle diameter, T is the number of teeth. 24. Answer is B. Question number 25. The product of module and diametral pitch is equal to module. We know that diametral pitch PD is equal to T by D, and module is given by circular pitch PC is equal to pi D by T or pi into M. So diametral pitch product of module, that is D by T into diametral pitch T by D, is equal to 1. Answer is C. 25. Answer is option C. Question number 26. The locus of a point on the circumference of a circle which rolls without slipping on a fixed straight line is known as. So there is a fixed straight line and there is a circle. The locus of a point on the circumference of a circle which rolls without slipping. The circle rolls, so the point moves here. Again the circle rolls, the point moves here. The locus of all those points, so we will get it like this and similarly like this. Answer is 26A. Cycloid, equation of a cycle. When the axis of the first and the last wheels of the compound gear train are coaxial, then the gear train is known as. Answer is reverted gear train. So basically for a reverted gear train, we know that the axis of the first, so say this is the gear and so these are connected here. When the axis of the first and the last gears are coaxial along the same axis, then the gear train is known as reverted gear train. So epicyclic gear train, we have there will be a sun gear, then there will be the planet gear, etc. So answer is C. Question number 28. The follower of a cam has option A, uniform acceleration and retardation. Yes, this is true. Cycloidal motion, this is also true. Simple harmonic motion is true. So any of the above is the right answer. 28. Answer D. 29. Which one of the following is a spring-loaded governor? Now, governors can be classified into two. Centrifugal governors can be classified into two types. Like they are pendulum type and second option is loaded type. Pendulum type example is watt governor. Watt governor, it is the simplest governor. And loaded governors can be classified into two. One is dead weight, another one is spring loaded. Now dead weight governors are Porter governor, and all. Second one is Proel, P-R-O-E. So see the options. Porter and Proel are already dead weight governors. Watt governor is a pendulum pendulum type governor. So spring loaded governors answer is option D, Hartnell governor. So spring loaded governors can be classified into R of Pickering governor, Hartnell, Hartung, and Wilson Hart. Question number 30. If the rotating mass of a rim type flywheel is distributed on another rim type flywheel whose mean radius is half the mean radius of the former, the energy stored in the latter at the same speed will be. So 30. So we know that the kinetic energy is given by half I omega square, and I is given by I equal to mr square by 2. So basically kinetic energy is proportional to r square. So Ke1 by Ke2 is equal to r1 square by r2 square. The stored in the latter is flywheel whose mean radius is half the radius of the former. So basically it is E1 by E2 is equal to R1 by R1 by 2, the whole square is equal to 4. Answer is 4 times the first option. Energy stored in the latter. So E2 by E1 they have asked. So it is 1 by 4. 1/4 of the first. Tricky question. So question number 31. What is the tearing strength of a plate of a riveted joint whose pitch is 50 mm and rivet diameter is 20 mm. The plate thickness is 10 mm and permissible tensile strength is 120 mm. So first we have to note down the all the given data. So we have pitch is equal to 50, rivet diameter D is equal to 20, and the plate thickness T is equal to 10 mm. The permissible tensile strength sigma T is equal to 120 Newton per mm square. So the question what they have asked is, what is the tearing strength? So basically in rivets there is shear strength, tearing strength and crushing strength. So this tearing strength is given by P minus D into T into sigma T. So basically this is just the direct substitution. So 50 minus D is 20 into thickness is 10 into 120. On solving this we get it as 36 kilonewton. Option A is the right answer. Now for moving to question number 32. For a single V butt weld joint, the effective throat thickness is 10 mm and length of weld is 100 mm. Effective throat thickness is given. The safe stress is 120 Newton per meter square. The permissible load is, so we know that P, the permissible load P is equal to 0.707 into S into length into tau. So for the case of a single butt weld joint, so this is the effective throat thickness, that is 0.707 S is given as 10 and length is 100 and shear stress is 120. So option is 120 kilonewton. Option B is the right answer. 32, option B.